He started playing tennis when he was 9 years old. He started playing tournaments when he was either 9 or 10. When he was 10 years old, he entered the Vancouver City tournament and he entered the under 18s. So I kind of thought, wow, that's a little brazen. In the first round, he played the reigning champion and took him to 3 sets. That was kind of, I thought, an interesting story about his competitive spirit. And he always had that for all of his life. He went to college in California, playing on a scholarship there, and then kind of went on to places like Wimbledon, French Open, or Monaco. But I think he really only had the opportunity to do that for a few years. He was sponsored by Spalding in those days, and he used to get $75 a week. In 1954, he won Monte Carlo. He was the first Canadian player to win a tournament at that level. He did get a small amount of prize money from that, like maybe $100. But after that, Spalding increased his pay to $150 a week, so it doubled his pay. But it really wasn't enough for him to make a living out of the sport. He really stopped playing professional tournaments when he was about 24. He was away from the game for maybe about 8 or 10 years when he started bringing up the family. When Dad got back into tennis, he was probably mid-40s. It was after my mom passed away. He started working as a tennis pro at a club in Montreal, and that was really the opportunity for him to get back into tennis. His real career as a player really flourished when he was able to step into the seniors. He just really clicked with the whole thing. His first ITF World Championships, he played Frank Sedgman. Frank had beaten him when he was younger, so I think it was important for him to understand that his game was at that level. I had a front row seat for his entire senior tennis career. He loved not just being around tennis, but he loved the people. The friendships that came from the competition were really, I think, the most important thing for him. And he loved, representing Canada, and just, loved the days where he was at the ITF events. And, that's probably one of the biggest takeaways for me, is not just the love of the sport and playing the sport for all of his life, but it's everything that came out of that. We're so proud that he was able to achieve this, and really honored that the ITF and Tennis Canada have been involved in dedicating the trophy to Dad. Because it speaks to tennis being a lifetime sport. His journey started at 9 years old, and it ended when he was, almost 90. Winning a tournament is one thing, but winning consistently over a long period of time, that takes a different level of dedication or a different level of commitment. A lot of things can take you away from tennis or derail you, or, health concerns and things like that. But, it spoke to his commitment. That really would be meaningful to him, to know that, he was one of a very few people that have been successful at that level of a sport for their entire lives. And it's something that, hopefully will encourage, future players, hopefully some future Canadian players, to aspire to and achieve that level.